Hey guys, it's CC Report here, just with a quick update video, a very quick update video this time because there's not really a lot to talk about. We're on day 2 of unrestricted free agency. We are at the end of business right now, and there really hasn't been a lot of communication from any of the teams in the league. What we have gotten are just some scraps here and there from Alexa Philippou, from Annie Constable, from a number of different WNBA reporters, but even they have been pretty silent. They're playing their cards close to the chest. That is kind of what I predicted that they would do, although I didn't think it would be this bad, to be perfectly honest. I thought there would be some more leaks. The only leak that we've gotten has been a leak from a balloon company that set up a celebration to welcome Nneka Ogwumike coming to visit the Minnesota Lynx, so obviously they are in on Nneka Ogwumike. That's been pretty much it in terms of accidental leaking. We do know a few other things since the last time I spoke with you. One of the big ones that I talked about on Tuesday was Alanna Smith. We also now know, thanks to Madeline Kenny of the New York Post, that the New York Liberty are also in on Alanna Smith. How would they be in on Alanna Smith? I actually don't know. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me to bring in another big when you already have Breanna Stewart and Jonquel Jones are committed to returning to the team. You've got Leonie Fibic. There's a lot of other players that are already committed to returning to the Liberty. So to bring Alanna Smith in, to me, would be a lot of cap acrobatics, and it would be not a well-balanced team. It would kill bench depth, it would kill guard depth, and it would kill any sort of injury contingency that the Liberty might be able to roster because they would have to spend so much money on their starting lineup. So if they do go down that route, if Alanna Smith does end up going down the route of New York instead of Indy or anywhere else, okay, great. There are other bigs that Indy can pivot to. Ezi Magbegor I talked about in our last video, but unfortunately she's been cored by the Seattle Storm, so she will be returning there. However, we still have out there Jessica Shepard, who is Alanna Smith's former Lynx teammate. She is an excellent player, almost as good as Alanna Smith, although different style of play, more rebound focused, more physical play style than Alanna Smith, so not quite the floor spacer that Alanna Smith would be, but she would be an adequate replacement. Azurá Stevens is still going to be out there. There are going to be a couple of other players that are out there for us to acquire if we fail to acquire Alanna Smith. So although Alanna Smith would be the optimal solution, there is definitely other ways in which we could pivot. The other big news to talk about today, this afternoon, a couple of hours ago, we learned that Damiris Dantas is going to be re-signing with the Indiana Fever. My assumption is that this is going to be for a veteran minimum contract and that Damiris Dantas is going to sit at the end of the Indiana Fever bench. That is the only role that makes sense for her. To give her any sort of role other than that is not the role that she's had for the Fever in the past, and it's also, considering her performance last year, it's not a role that she's suited for anymore. She's on the wrong side of the bell curve. She's 33, and as I said, her year last year was extremely subpar. So bringing her on board, if it is for the veteran minimum, bringing her on board is a smart move because every dollar that you don't spend on Dantas is a dollar that you can spend on other more important players to the team. But if we do bring her back for a penny more than the veteran minimum, the value of the contract goes down significantly because, as I said, any dollar that you're spending on Damiris Dantas is a dollar that you're not spending somewhere else. So that is the only other news that we know. I wouldn't read too much into it in terms of like this is the order of operations in which we found out that who is going to be joining our team. There have been no leaks from the Fever front office other than this one, and this leak was because the reporter who reported the leak shares a Brazilian connection with Damiris Dantas. There is no other Brazilian on the Fever squad, and the Fever front office is notoriously buttoned up about the business that it's conducting. So my assumption is that the activity that is going on behind the scenes in the Fever front office is fierce. My assumption is that the activity that is going on in the Fever front office is competitive in a lot of different circles. I wouldn't expect, just because that they brought Dantas back, that they're going to run the entire team back, although that is pretty close to what I think is probably going to happen. Again, I think that the only thing that is going to be significantly different this year from last year's Fever team is who is featured at the 4 position, because I don't believe that it's going to be Tosh Howard. There are plenty of other options out there that are going to be just as affordable as Tosh Howard, that are better options than Tosh Howard this season. But I do believe, we already know that Kelsey Mitchell is returning. We already know, barring some outlandish offer, that Lexi Hull is going to be returning. And as far as the rest of it, Sophie Cunningham is the only question mark, but I think that we can put the probably returning label on her, not knowing anything other than kind of just what the cap math tells me and what the numbers say that her value should be tells me. So that's where we are right now. I'm sorry that it's not more of an update. I hope to have more updates for you on Friday, but really it's looking as if the real meat of free agency, all of the news, is going to be jam-packed into that one Saturday when everybody in the world is going to sign a contract. Everybody in the world is going to know exactly where they're going, and that is going to be the day in which you can expect a 20-minute episode from me, because there's going to be so much to talk about. But right now, the only Fever-related news really is that Damiris Dantas is going to remain a member of the Indiana Fever, and so we welcome Damiris Dantas back. Hopefully it's on a veteran minimum contract, and hopefully the plan is not to have her involved too much. But as I say, any dollar that we're not spending on the end of our bench is a dollar that we can spend elsewhere. So, all right, guys, have a good one, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye!